Good evening. I'm here to talk about the hashtag boycott Chappelle and Dave Chappelle and all that kind of stuff. And this is going to tie back to my channel, so don't worry. This isn't like a weird oddball video. But I do want to talk about it because I think it's very important. So basically, this morning we had a story break, and you probably saw on Twitter trending hashtag boycott Chappelle. I think we all saw that and we are like, oh my God, what did he say? What did he do? Because we're so used to cancel culture. But it's actually kind of a cautionary tale. So back when he was signing the contract for Chappelle's show, he got creative control, which is awesome. That's why that show is so funny. Um, but at the same time, he also didn't read the fine print, and in that fine print, Viacom was able to maintain rights for syndication. So what that means is the show would be able to have reruns on networks, and that would be 100%, you know, the profits to be gained from Viacom. He wouldn't see any of that. So Dave Chappelle, being young and starstruck at the time, um, you know, he wasn't paying attention, and that's on him. At a certain point, kind of reap what you sow a little bit, but I think it's very shitty that he made that mistake. But like at the same time, this is his show. Everything about that show that's great is all him, and he's not going to see any of the profits. Like that's just a shitty position to put him in, to be honest. And so this all came to light because Netflix put Chappelle's show on the air, or not on the air, but on their streaming service, and it was number one trending in the country. So naturally, that's a revenue stream that now he doesn't have access to because of the whole Viacom deal. So Dave Chappelle called Netflix and or called or emailed or whatever they do nowadays. And actually was able to get it taken off of Netflix, because he's kind of in good hands. He's got a few comedy specials that are on there and all that kind of stuff, so has a friendly relationship. And that's awesome of Netflix to just be like, yeah, no, you're not getting any money from that. Like, we appreciate you reaching out to us. We'll take that off. But where the whole boycott Chappelle thing comes in is, he's basically asking that if you see Chappelle's show on a streaming service, don't watch it because he's not going to see a dime. And it's not just out of greed or out of, a need for money or anything like that, but it's just, his career is in kind of a second wave right now with his stand-up specials. Yeah, being controversial, but like also, generating a lot of attention, and people are going back to Chappelle's show, and all these people who weren't alive when Chappelle's show was in its first run, they're going to go back and they're going to rediscover it, and they're going to see how funny he was, is, all that, and especially with that show being so ahead of its time, who's to say 20, 30 years from now, people are still going back and rediscovering it, and it's going to be just as timely as ever because so many of the jokes are, race related and stuff like that. And unfortunately, that's something that looks like it's not going to go away anytime soon. So the comedy is always going to be so timely and timeless. So anyways, the whole moral of this story, one, read your contracts, but two, where does this put us in the position of fans? On a moral level, yeah, I want to watch Chappelle's show, but I don't want to watch it on a streaming service because I know that doesn't benefit him at all. All I'm doing is paying the fucking rich businessmen that screwed him over. That's where what I've been preaching since day one, physical media comes in, guys. That's why I can watch Chappelle's show and not lose any sleep over it or any good conscience because I own the entire series on DVD. And when I bought this, the money went to, Comedy Central, Dave Chappelle, his estate, all that kind of stuff, because they only owned those, the rights to syndication and stuff like that, but this directly benefited the artist. This is the importance of physical media. This is why I'm a physical media channel, because it's very important. The things that you love, it genuinely is important for you to own it, because if you're streaming something or just watching it online, you don't own that. Companies own that, and they can take it away from you at any time. Or there can be things like this where it's a creator issue, But once you've bought your physical copy, you'll own this forever. This is yours now to watch. And it's supported the artist because of, the deals they go through and things like that, where, your purchase. So figure it like this, the store buys from the distributor, okay, I want this case of 60 Blu-rays, and then 60 people buy those Blu-rays, they have to order more, right? So that's where the money comes in. So depending on how much these things sell, more money goes to the creators at hand. So, but with like a Netflix or a Hulu deal and stuff like that, you don't know what these big corporations, well, you don't know the contracts that they're signing with these people. And yeah, there could be shady shit going on behind the scenes on Blu-rays and 4Ks that I don't know about, but I'm just saying, as a case study overall, you're going to get a lot further and you're going to be a lot better conscious if you own the physical copy, because it's never going to be taken away from you, and it's less likely that these issues are going to stand. So I wanted to do this, like talk about the story, because it just happened today. And I think it's really important to this channel. Like, this is the importance of physical media. So if you were on the fence about starting a physical media collection, take it from me and Dave Chappelle. Time to fucking start buying Blu-rays, DVDs, 4Ks, VHS, any kind of media that you can keep and have. Do it.